like we both came out and gave our statements. We both have immense respect for each other. I always look up to what she's doing. Hey, tomorrow a first generation actor, his son or daughter comes and tells him, I want to become an actor. Are they going to tell them no, saying no, it's nepotism, don't get into the film industry, go do something else? No, right? He's got a huge collection of the 70s, 80s, 90s Hindi songs that he really loves. And he's very, very particular on the lyrics. So my Hindi is not the best, so I couldn't pick up most of the stuff. So he used to sit and explain the lyrics to me. I loved those moments.
Hi everyone, this is Avinash Lohana and you're watching Pinkvilla. Today I'm in conversation with a very talented Naga Chaitanya. Hi Chaitanya.
Hi Avinash, how are you?
Very good. I want to tell you, I don't know if you've noticed, but in a month's time, you complete 13 years in the business.
Yeah.
Josh released on September 5, 2009.
That's right.
How does that feel?
It feels great. It's been an amazing journey. It's taken me through all sorts of emotions. So much learning has happened, and I can't see myself anywhere else apart from where I am right now. So that's really great, because I think as I've kept progressing through the years, I've just gotten more and more immersed into what I was doing.
Sure.
And maybe previously, so unclear about so many things, but over the years, this industry has taught me so much and given me so much clarity as a person and as an actor. And I just want to keep going.
Sure. But correct me if I'm wrong, but I read somewhere in the second year of college, you went up to your father and said, listen, I want to become an actor.
Yeah, it was correct. Somewhere around that time, second, third year, where the bug sort of bit me. I sort of liked something about it. Got a feel of it, but I was still very lost back then. So I just expressed that interest to him, and then, parents, my mom and dad, they said finish college, and then I went to acting school, finished that whole process. And after I came back with a lot of clarity, saying, yes, I do want to give one film at least a shot.
Sure, but when you say lost, what was the thought that you had at that time?
In college, when I told him. See, I did most of my schooling, everything in Chennai. So I spent a lot of years there. When I was with mom, I was quite detached from the film industry. It was only me and my mom staying there, and all the shootings and everything used to happen in Hyderabad. So I never used to go to film sets and all that. So I didn't know what that world was like. And I was just growing up, going to school like any other kid, wanted to be one thing every year. You know how our minds keep changing. So actually, it's only when I came to Hyderabad that I got clarity onto what I want to do with my life. Because I started hanging out more at film sets, with dad at shoot, with my uncle at shoot, all of them, everyone in the family are in films. So that atmosphere started, reflecting on my thoughts, and that's how the journey started.
What has been your biggest learning in the last 13 years?
That there is still so much more to go, that I've not even achieved like an iota of what, all the superstars or all the seasoned actors have done. There's so much more to achieve. There's so much more to learn. The thing is, there's never a full stop in this profession. There's never a conclusion, because trends are constantly changing. The audience is constantly changing. What entertains people is a different definition every day in terms of content, what kind of content. So, as long as you want to be here, you just need to keep hustling.
Sure, and that is very, very evident from the choices that you're also making. You want to try something different, which is very appreciative. So congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
Laal Singh Chaddha, like I said even before the interview started, I am very excited for the film. When Aamir called you, saying that, hey, I'm offering this film to you, and knowing Aamir, he must have insisted, let me come down, let me give you a full narration. So many things he must have discussed. Why Vijay Sethupathi exited the project, so much. What was your first reaction when he offered you the film?
I got a call this one morning from the casting team saying, they're looking out for someone to cast in Laal Singh for Baba's role. I was like, okay, fine, maybe they're just like shopping around, seeing who's available, who wants to do it and all that. But cut to a few hours later, Aamir sir actually video called me. Wow. And I was shocked, because I don't get a video call from, an actor like Mr. Aamir Khan very often. And not only that, usually it's a few days go past, and then, they call back and say, are you interested? Would you like to come meet and all? No, but it wasn't like that. Aamir sir immediately called a few hours later, expressed his interest, wanted me to hear the script that night. So I remember at 11:30 that night, Advait got on a Zoom call and he narrated the entire script to me.
Wow.
So it went on till about 1:30 into the night, 1:32, and that's when I got, I got all the energy I needed. And of course, when Aamir sir called itself, half the job was done. Meaning, like, I was sure I want to do this film, because working next to him is something I've always been looking forward to. And you learn so much as an actor working with such people. And after I heard the script, I mean, that was the icing on the cake for me. What my character, how they've designed it. And even though it's a very special role, it's there for about 20-30 minutes of the film. But my purpose is there throughout. You know, it sort of takes Laal's character, gives Laal's character a direction, you know, gives so many aspects in the film a direction. So all these really touched me, and I want to be a part of it.
Also, I have to ask you, was it the concern that Vijay was doing the part first? Did you discuss that with Aamir sir?
No, that concern was not there, because we never really overlapped in any way. When Vijay sir was, I was only told that there were some date problems, and that's why the project didn't work out with Vijay sir. But that was never really the concern, because from the time I came in, the character was designed completely around the sensibilities of where I come from. Like, it's a Telugu boy from Andhra, this small village called Bodipalayam from Andhra. And even the diction was, the Hindi has a few Telugu speaking words here and there, you know, to make it look very organic. So it made me, all these aspects made me feel very comfortable. But with Vijay sir, we never really overlapped anywhere, and you know, there was no discussion on that.
Aamir sir is known to share these pearls of wisdom when you sit with him, and he has these great conversation skills. Any conversation with him you remember that you were sitting one night chilling, and then some conversation happened and it has made an impact on you?
Oh, there's so many conversations. In fact, in Kargil, every day we used to drive. The location was about 2 hours away. So I used to, you know, sort of sit with him in the car, and we used to go together every day morning at 3:30 in the morning. That's when we used to start off the location. So he used to eat his breakfast, drink his coffee. He used to play his favorite songs for me. He's got a huge collection of the 70s, 80s, 90s Hindi songs that he really loves. And he's very, very particular on the lyrics. So my Hindi is not the best, so I couldn't pick up most of the stuff. So he used to sit and explain the lyrics to me. I loved those moments.
We started talking about that you finished 13 years next month. What took Naga Chaitanya 13 years to do a Hindi film?
You know, a lot of people ask me this. To be honest, you know, when I initially started off, I invested most of my time mastering and, you know, improving myself in the Telugu cinema itself, because there was so much responsibility coming from this family of fantastic actors, fantastic filmmakers. So you need to keep a certain standard, and you need to, you know, progress that journey, what they've created. So I'm never satisfied with what I'm doing back there. So I just want to keep doing better and better. And my heart and soul, everything has always been there. But having said that, I've always loved Hindi cinema. I love the kind of content they do here. They really push the boundaries, and there's so much talent too. But when I wanted to come here, I wanted to come with the right sort of presentation. You know, I wanted probably someone like Aamir sir to guide me and to present me here, because always the first impression is very important. The judgment is formed based on that, and there's already a sea of talent here that the audience have owned and they worship. So to penetrate into that is a huge challenge. So I think this was the right opportunity, and it just happened so organically. And it's okay even if it was 13 years later. I think it's the best that happened for me.
I agree. You mentioned you come from a filmy family, and I'm sure when you all come together, it's a large family. And I'm sure when you all come together, you all must decide, आज हम फिल्मों के बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे. We won't talk about the films. But invariably, somehow the conversation will come back to cinema, will come back to films, on those dinner table conversations.
No, in fact, maybe when I sit with dad and all that and have dinner, it's probably just 5% of the conversation, because we have such common interests also apart from films. Like we love food, you know, we just love food. We love to talk about food. We love to talk about travel. When I was very young, dad got me into scuba diving. He taught me scuba diving. So that's, the water is something we always talk about. He loves to travel. So he's always we're always fantasizing on where to go next and stuff like that. So we talk about a variety of things. Of course, films, we do share what we're watching, you know, what's happening, who's doing what. So that's there for a little bit, but the majority is not films.
Sure.
And that keeps it healthy.
I agree. But is nepotism also a topic that you all discuss?
Not really. I mean,
is it as real back home as it is here?
No, it's not. It's not that that much back home. I've just been hearing it over here, but it's. I mean, I don't see the sense to it. Of course, I wouldn't not say that I'm fortunate. Of course, I'm fortunate to have this kind of a backing. And when I wanted to be launched into this industry, it was much easier for me than someone who's climbing up the ladder. Of course, I don't deny that, but at the end of the day, tomorrow, if my film releases and parallelly Mr. X or Y, their film releases and they're not from a film family, but his or her film collects 100 crores and mine collects 10. Obviously, the first phone call from producers and directors are going to go to him. So, end of the day, it's survival of the fittest. Everyone's talented, everyone's got a hustle once we're out there playing.
Yeah.
And hey, tomorrow a first generation actor, his son or daughter comes and tells him, I want to become an actor.
Yeah.
Are they going to tell them no, saying no, it's nepotism, don't get into the film industry, go do something else? No, right?
Yeah.
We'll always be proud that our children are inspired by the work we have done and they want to follow the same path. So
yeah. We recently saw you at Sanjay Leela Bhansali's office also. Is there anything happening there?
I mean, I've been, it's just casual meetings, with these are filmmakers I've looked up to, and it's just pay your respect, say hi, and I hope, something works out. And there's so many people I want to work with over here.
Sure. So many South films are being remade in Hindi.
Right.
Any of your film you want to see remade in Hindi?
Oh, my film here? I don't know. I mean, it's very specific on how actors see a film and want to remake it, So someone has to see it, own it, and then that process has to happen. But I'm happy with the way, the films have been made back home.
Sure. But no film like you think, yaar, ye to bahut chalegi Hindi mein.
In Hindi?
I know I put you on spot.
No, that way, every film, there's no specific one. But when Manam released, I was curious. There was a lot of talk about Manam being remade, the one me, dad and granddad did. Correct. So I'm curious to see how that will play out here. That would be a nice film if someone wants to package it and do it.
Chaitanya, I want to ask you this question with a lot of respect. You recently said in an interview, when your personal life is at the forefront in the media, that and not your professional life becomes the headline, gets a little irritating and frustrating. I was just talking to you about how much there's already so much of pressure. You come from a film family. Then there's a pressure that your personal life is always in the limelight. In the 13 years, have you managed to balance it out, or it affects you?
No. Of course, I've managed to balance it out. That's why I'm staying like this. Like that's that and this is this. Yeah, I mean, we have to basically draw a very clear line between the both and not let both sort of overlap. I think as long as you can find that sanity and do that, you'll be fine. And news replaces news. That's what I always say. I mean, tomorrow there's something else, day after there's something else. So just keep focusing on what you're set here to do, what you set out to do, which is entertain people with your films, and that'll shine.
But when you constantly see you and Samantha written about it in the news, does it affect you?
I mean,
you said, recently that she's moved on. I have moved on.
Yeah, I know. I've always wondered. I mean, like, we both came out and gave our statements. We both have immense respect for each other. I always look up to what she's doing, and there's great respect for her. So that's about it. We said what we had to do, and beyond that, it's just, I think, people trying to fill up columns. There's nothing. I mean, I'm bored of it. I've been through 3 releases, and I'm still attached with that.
Yeah, but I always say love is the most beautiful thing. It heals. Love heals love. Are you open to finding love again? I mean, yeah. Love is what keeps us going. I think love is an essential part of life. Just like how we breathe air, we breathe oxygen. We need to love. We need to receive love, and that's what keeps us healthy and positive. Yeah. Are you excited for Brahmastra? Yes, of course I am. Yeah, of course I am. Yeah. Any chances we will see you and Nagarjuna sir work together again? In a film? In a film, maybe in a Hindi film, because he's done a lot of work. Yeah, you guys should put out some scripts. Of course, we'd love to do something. I'm manifesting this. I'm putting it out in the universe. Yeah, please. It will be a crazy casting. It'll be lovely. It'll be lovely. But thank you so much, Chaitanya. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to Laal Singh Chaddha and everything else you're doing in the future. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, this is Chaitanya Akineni. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe to Pinkvilla.